Phantom Gray color. And as you can see, I masked this off using the Mobius 3.0.3. Painting the bottom part of this. This is just the bottom part, that's all. Oh boy, I went through the paint very quick. I'm almost done too. I'm gonna kill myself over this because I know that sooner or later this is gonna be covered. You know, that's nice design and detail. So why are you gonna cover it up with the part that goes around it? It doesn't make any sense for me. I don't understand it. And I don't even know if this is gonna show through until I remove it and it's gonna be on the plate itself. Now, I did paint the inside of this in the last part, and I'm still like, I have an idea, but I'm going to paint the whole thing this color. And if I have to redo it again, fine. This. That's good. Alright, let me just continue with this. Figure this out. And then we'll move on to the next color. So, right now, I just finished airbrushing metallic gray that you see here. This is the MS Gray metallic, but not on the whole part. On the inside this. And the reason why I'm saying painted inside is because obviously when I was looking at the white ogre, the umbilicals are white. And what I'm about to do is, once this dries, I am going to get masking tape and mask each and every one of these. I'm going to cut different lengths of, very, very thin layers of masking tape. Very thin, then slightly a little bigger. So there's different areas that I'm going to cover so I can paint this white. And that's going to be tedious to do that, but at least I took care of that. Oh, sure, I could have easily painted the whole thing white, and then I would have to mask all the white parts so I can paint the black parts inside, or I could have used maybe a wash. But based on what I was looking at right now online, because I had to review the photographs again on the white ochre, that's not the case. And I was not a big fan of this Nasta color metallic flat silver. Sometimes you gotta try a couple of, try a few paints here and there to see which one it works. But this didn't work for me. I'm gonna redo some of the parts that I painted. Hold on, I gotta rearrange this before things fall down. And I'm putting back the remaining paint inside for, whatever other kits that maybe will allow me to paint it the way I want in that color. Remember, this is all trial and error. Sometimes you try a few things here and there and see if it works, while other times you're like saying, no, this is not working at all. The thruster bells, I'm going to redo it again. As a matter of fact, let me just put it over to the side so the particle doesn't flow there. As a matter of fact, I painted the thrusters on the legs, the metallic gray. Use that as a base, but I'm going to have to mask those parts off as well. There's a lot of masking that I need to do on some of the parts that I've already painted in another color. So, let me take care of this first, clean it up. Come on, there we go. This timber tech needs a cleaning. But before we work on that, I think it's about time I start mixing and preparing the paint that I'm going to need for this kit. The white. And I have 2 bottles of Aqueous Color Gundam RX-72 white. I should have plenty for this. Oh yeah, I have a lot. And to really prepare this, Butterfingers, I got myself an empty DP bottle, 50 milligrams. And we're going to dump this whole amount in here. All 10 milligrams. I actually have white bottle, but this is more of the off-white, while the other one is pure white. And I don't want to make it pure white. I want to make it white, but I want to also do some layering of different color tones. What I'm about to do is I'm going to pour in here. And in here, ample amounts. Close that. The reason I'm going to do this is because I'm going to shake it up to clean it up, whatever residues that's inside. By the way, tighten this up when you do mixing, because I have a habit of closing it, not realizing you have to close it really tight. There we go. And then I end up feeling the paint, just like right now I'm just feeling a little bit, but that's actually from the outside of the bottle. Now, look at this. You know what? I don't want this to fall down like other bottles in the past, but I'm going to use a guide. And I should get one of these again. There we go. There's a little bit in there, but I'll pour a little thinner later on. So we are talking about 20 milliliters of off-white with another maybe 10 milliliters of thinner with the leftover white. And I have a distinct odd feeling that that's probably going to be a little too thick once I do a mixing. I'll hold these bottles later on, but I'm going to do a mix and test. I'm glad that this thing has these little balls in there to agitate and mix up the paint so it doesn't settle down. Let me do a test just a little bit. And for that, I'm going to take one of my metallic spoons that I have here on the side. It feels like it's coming out nice. I'm just more concerned because I'm seeing some residue. Maybe it's because of the spoon itself. I think I'm going to add maybe another 10 milliliters of thinner to give it a little bit more flow to it. But I'm not going to start painting just yet. I still got a couple of things to do to take care of and to get that out of the way. There we go. I'm going to clean this airbrush up. But this is not the airbrush I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my my Mobius 3. Keep that ready to go. And then we'll get to the painting of the white. But first, let me mask some parts.